Third.
Pussy.
Hey, Uzi, what's the section at the back of the ship called?
That's called the poop deck.
What was that?
Mella's been having fun
That
with
was
the
a
poop
laugh.
deck. Anyways, Session. I fucking love Session.
Holy tits. We have names under us now?
Yeah, I just put some names under there because, like, I can. So.
Well, you can do things.
And yeah. Anyway, we're back in here now. Also, I thought it was a good idea just so like people fucking know who's who because we say names and
Makes sense. I forget to.
yeah. Now
I
Lion
still
knows
can't
who
remember
they are.
Glenn is.
Yeah.
I go Panda. I'm like, oh, it's Levi. Oh.
Let's add the little logo here as well. Let's put it like up here or something.
Oh yeah. That looks so good.
Yeah, Clue did a fucking amazing job with that. I'm pretty sure I use MacBook. I'm not sure if I have a command for Clue at the moment. Now that I think about it, because I think I might not have gotten one since I changed over. I should change that, but I'll worry about that later. Anyway, we're back in session, and no one else has anything immediately on their heart. We can probably just like roll for recap and get into shit.
I
Alright.
think I already rolled technically recap. I can roll again.
Yeah, that's Clue's Blue Sky. Clue is cool.
11.
Lucky 19.
Ooh,
This is a D20, right?
D20, yes.
Real?
I have rolled the 3.
Oh,
Salem got the 20.
20. They got the
Oh,
20.
damn.
Well, they got the 20.
Yeah.
Now all rolls don't matter.
Well,
No,
someone
it's
could
not.
also get
Oh,
another
that's all
20.
20.
Never mind.
I'll show up in chat. It did. Okay.
Who do you want to do the recap, Slum?
Uti.
Fair enough. Last session, y'all had like some fun as Darjet had, joined the party. Y'all had gone to the mansion, with the exception of Crystal, who was still fucking. And y'all spent a little bit of time towards the end of that day. I believe Levi did some research, and Sorath had a conversation with. No, conversation for Child Sins was the day after, in the morning, I believe. Anyway, y'all did like a couple of things, just like a little bit of like evening activity, and had a sleep, and we finally left the 24th, thankfully. Turns out y'all were not forever trapped in the 34th forever, which is good to know. And then on waking up, Sorath went to talk to Ambrosia and then Ansel to try and figure out the password to open the box Emrys had left. Ambrosia seemed to not have very much useful anything useful in terms of hints, because Ambrosia is self-centered and wasn't very good of source as to what Emrys would have thought was meaningful. But talking with Anselm, Sorath managed to figure out that the coat was Sorath's name, and then the Belarus sigil, and then shifted by the date, which happened to be when Emrys was given the jurisdiction of Kimpur, because that was an important part of their growing up and becoming their own person, especially because, as Anselm said, it would probably be in some way related to the fact that they were hiding it from Ambrosia. So, Sorath managed to find the key, went to Hyacinth to open it. Hyacinth essentially intentionally messed up a experiment with a curse to overload some of the ways that people can spy on you in the manner by overloading the magical system that can do stuff like that. And Sorath opened the puzzle box, finding the amulet that y'all were trying to find, the silver one, and a small little like a small silver like necklace chain with a mostly like pale milky white, somewhat clear, a hint of pink crystal on it. It did not look expensive, but it was in the box, as well as a small little book. Looked like a notebook or a diary. And then, of course, the box itself folded out and became a circular thing that could probably be made into a shield of Idpakur steel. What we did cover is not in it of itself any like doesn't give any cool stats, the fact that it's made of Idpakur steel, but Idpakur steel is itself perfectly indestructible. So y'all can make that into a shield. If y'all want to enchant it later, you can. You just have to find a very good enchanter to do it. Then Sorath, with that, went to the group and told them about the amulet and the fact that y'all now have a piece of Idpakur steel. And for now is keeping it hidden that there is a necklace and a booklet, because they don't want Ambrosia to learn too much about what they have found. The group then decided to see if they could check the oubliette, which is the hole under the mansion in part of the basement that is there in case you need to toss a prisoner you would rather just forget about. It isn't used very much, but y'all checked there in case Takluk was there, and did find Takluk, who was separated from their crystal, and their scales had turned from the vibrant rainbowy glow that y'all had seen last time you encountered Takluk, besides Target, of course, into kind of a diamond-y gemstone looking thing. They were alive, didn't look particularly healthy, and y'all got them back up on there, and there was a little bit of a struggle as some of the staff seemingly were told to keep this somewhat secret, tried to encourage you to not spread this information, but one of the staff that work more directly under Anselm punched someone and then ran off to tell Anselm. Levi and Gin and Gunther ended up running back into the house to take care of Takluk, while Sorath and the rest stayed by the oubliette waiting for Emrys, because Sorath had requested that Emrys be brought out so they could talk. And while the who we refer to as for Shell's benefit, who we refer to as the Stealth Boys, Levi, Gunther, and Gin, all of our characters who do not have dexterity investment and all wear heavy armor, who always end up in a situation where they have to try and sneak somewhere, somehow. While in there, they were taking care of Takluk. Levi noticed that they were getting better just by being in the house, that some color was returning to their scales. And with Gin's knowledge of the house from previously exploring, and with Levi being good at paying attention to medical stuff, and probably with Gunther just shoving people out of the way so they could move very freely, y'all managed to use Takluk almost as like a dowsing rod for whatever was making Takluk feel better, found in another part of the basement, accessible not from the public quarters, but from the more staff accessible tunnels, an array that seemed to be what was powering the magic in the house, using Takluk's crystal as the fuel source. And Gin broke the container that was using the power and gave it to Takluk, who seems to be getting back all of their color and their scales. This did, however, shut down all of the magic, which turned off all of the lights in the house and fucked with all of the magical features of the building as they existed previously, causing a little bit of chaos, though the Stealth Boys managed to sneakily exit the basement or what's what in the box? Sorry, I just saw that. Okay.
Because we're cool and epic.
The way y'all did that was that everyone was kind of confused because all of the lights were turned off, and y'all kind of just in that moment of chaos. And I do believe that technically none of you are actively wearing your heavy armor, because we have talked about the fact that y'all don't wear heavy armor when you're just like lounging about. So you're probably more just wearing the gamberson underneath it. So y'all have managed to evade any immediate notice as everyone else is paying attention both to the chaos that seems to be happening by the oubliette and to the chaos that seems to be the house itself. Levi sent a message to Sorath being like, we found Takluk's crystal, things are chaotic, we are gonna get out of here. And right after Sorath gets that message, Anselm is seen being the first Belrose family member to exit the manor, to come out of the manor since that. Has their sword drawn, and Sorath figured that he's probably looking for Emeris and Ambrosia, and was yelling, "What have you done to my friend?" So Anselm knows that Takluk is here. Anselm cares a lot about Takluk, and seems to immediately assume that either Emeris or Ambrosia is responsible for this, which is a fair assumption to make. I think that was most of the big important things. Unless anyone can remember anything I forgot to add.
Who's the person that Crystal's fucking? I can't remember their name.
Minya.
Oh, okay.
They are not here right now.
Or are they here? And we just don't know it.
It's possible they're here, I guess. Who knows? Anyway, as the way the party is currently split, we have Sorath, Crystal, Flinkin, and Target are still currently by that basement entrance by the oubliette, where Anselm was seen, and Gin, Gunther, and Levi have currently gotten out of the manor and are carrying Taklock. Also, yes, last session you guys did purchase a boat that Yabul will have to name. Though, it's up to y'all if y'all just want to decide the name right now, or if y'all want to deal with some stuff and then gather the group more naturally and decide then.
I think we'll grab the group and decide more naturally.
Sex boat, indeed. But yeah. So, the two groups currently are active players are split 50-50. Sorath, Crystal, Target, y'all are still by the oubliette. No sign of Emrys, who Sorath requested. Anselm is there, though. Whereas Gin, Gunther, Levi, y'all have successfully made it out of the building. Probably not without being seen, but without anyone paying attention to you more than paying attention to everything else happening right now. It's like you don't have anyone actively following you or anything.
Guys, we need to get the hell out of here.
Oh, what? I forgot. Do we still have is the carriage at the manor?
Everyone is at the manor. Y'all are directly outside.
Like our carriage, you know?
The carriage, your carriage was said to be taken to the stables along with your horses.
Anyone remember where the stables are? We could grab our carriage there and ride on out of here.
I think you guys would probably remember where the stables are.
Do you want to just leave and find like a good place to set up before we leave this city? Maybe like a bar or
I will say, at this point, you guys do not have your stuff. It is whatever y'all woke up in and was wearing in the morning, and the rest of your inventories and stuff is in the manor. Just heads up.
I mean, okay. Do we want to grab our stuff first?
let's just find a place to put Takluck back and have them rest. That's why I said like a hotel.
I mean, we could always go. I did. That's why I was wondering, should we go grab our, go to the stable and grab our carriage? I think we have a few things in there that we could use. Stuff that we might just all carry in the carriage.
All right.
I mean,
think
because we need a wait because the town's actually not that close, right?
It takes about half an hour to get down to the city below the manor. Yes.
All
yeah.
right.
So yeah.
How about 2 people stay out and 1 person get their stuff, our stuff, so Takluck's not inside.
I mean, who's the stealthiest amongst me, you, and Gunther?
Rock, paper, scissors.
I mean,
Gunther has negative dexterity modifier, so
I have a 0.
Have y'all considered Buggy?
Okay, Buggy carry all our stuff.
But Buggy can go in front of me.
I don't think he's big enough
Buggy-
for that yet.
Buggy has a +1 to stealth. Yin
Yes,
has
let's
a
go.
+2.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh yeah, I mean,
I would say it probably wouldn't be that difficult to carry all of the stuff given the fact
Especially since we
that
have bag holdings.
Levi and Gin went on a shopping spree to buy a bunch of bag of holdings.
True. Okay. I guess me and Bucky could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Gin to sneak on over and get the stuff.
Go right
While
in.
Levi and Gunther goes to the carriage.
Give me. I'll say just give me a stealth check for both you and for Buggy.
I don't have disadvantage,
Oh,
right? So
You don't have disadvantage
yet.
because you aren't wearing your armor. Because we.
Can I give them enhanced ability?
Yes,
to,
you can cast enhance
To
ability.
dexterity.
Yes.
Well, like, I think stealth is dexterity.
Stealth is dexterity. Yes.
Yeah.
Are you giving it to one of them, or can you cast it on multiple people?
Pretty sure if I cast out a higher, I can cast it on multiple people if I remember correctly, right?
You have the spell.
Yeah, no, I'm just taking a look. Yeah, I'll cast that 3rd level to
Cool.
target both.
So both you and Buggy will be able to roll with advantage here because you'll have your abilities enhanced. And you don't take damage if you
Let's
fall
go.
from 40 for 20 feet or less. That's cool.
Let's go.
And then you
Yeah,
can just roll a
worth it.
dex. If you go to extras, Buggy is there, and you can just click the number under dexterity, the +1 in dexterity, and roll that with advantage as well.
Oh, edge. Oh. Okay. 4.
Okay.
4.
So, you run back in. Give me a performance check from both you and from Buggy.
Oh, I could definitely do performance.
Yes.
Is it still advantage or just
No,
regular?
this is you do not have this enhanced. Just a normal performance check.
All right. 13 and wait, what's performance again?
Performance? I believe Buggy's
Charisma.
proficient in performance, so it
Oh,
should
shit.
be listed under Buggy's skills. So it's underneath the stats. There should be a couple of extra numbers.
Okay.
Skills.
But
Acrobatics performance is +3. For some
they
reason,
don't
that's
have they don't have the button for that. So I guess I just roll a regular one.
You can roll the stealth one because that's also plus the strength one because that's +3 as well, I guess. So
Okay.
the second one isn't.
17.
So, you get in very unnoticed. You're used to wearing heavy armor that makes a lot of noise and rattles when you run through the place. But so you are surprisingly stealthy compared to what you are. What isn't stealthy is the not very critically thinking Drake that's kind of just sprinting at full speed through the manor, and people do notice a Drake in their house. However, I will say that the two of you are playing it kind of casually. And given the fact that Gin and Buggy both kind of have been generally like people just assume they're menaces, so no one bats much of an eye. The fact that you guys are sprinting through to grab stuff. So you managed to get. Are you getting your Gunther and Levi's stuff?
Yep.
Or are you grabbing
Us 3.
anything more? Just the stuff for 3 of you. Cool.
That's so much stuff. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab our 3.
I mean, Levi would have gave him the bag of holding
Hmm.
if he needed him, like grab the whole group.
No,
stuff.
it's very easy. I'm just.
Yeah,
Are you going
yeah.
for that, or are you gonna
Yeah.
like try and grab more people's stuff? Like, but
Well, I wouldn't know to grab everyone's, so I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
grab us.
yeah.
Which
So
is fine. Yeah, yeah.
you can either try and get back out the way you came. I will remind you the secondary effect of enhance ability is that you do not take damage from falling less than 20 feet.
Oh, do I have a window?
Yes.
Let's do this, Buggy. I jump out the window.
Okay. Nice. So, you guys jump out the window. Give me just an athletics check for you. I want to see if you can just smash through a window here.
Athletic check.
Okay. You go through the window. Buggy's able to follow through the hole you create. So Levi and Gunther getting over to the stables to find the horses and the cart. They're definitely there. There are people working in the stable, but they don't seem to protest when you guys go to get your horses and your cart. You guys will hear the sound of a window breaking, and Gin and Buggy will arrive shortly thereafter.
Kind of stuff. Let's get out of here. As the back of coding, man.
Gunther asks if Gin broke a window.
Let's go.
No answer. I like it.
Hey, at least they didn't lie. So,
Yeah.
y'all take off in the carriage then?
Yep.
Yeah. We're going to town, right?
Yeah, we're going to town.
Are y'all gonna
Levi
go?
will probably say that. I mean, since this is their town, they probably have eyes everywhere in that town, right? Well, I mean, I don't think we could avoid that.
I don't think we can avoid that, but at least they're not in damage distance from us, right?
Yeah.
Once you get to the city, you'll at least be half an hour's carriage ride away, so that's a decent bit. Can y'all give me a history check?
All of us or one person?
Just all of y'all.
Alright.
Because y'all have checked out shops, but y'all don't know much about the city beyond that. Okay, I'll say, Levi, you've seen some, like, inns and taverns. You also, I'll say that you remember so far, the only inn that has been discussed whatsoever for this city is, you know, at least that Target apparently was staying at a room in an inn called Le Boeuf Croissant, or The Beef Croissant. So, at least you know that that is an inn. So y'all could go there, or y'all could go and see if you find somewhere else.
I mean,
But that is an
probably
option.
just go there.
Okay. So,
An inn's an inn.
And
Also,
ends
it's
and in.
beefy.
okay. Who is driving?
I'll say. I mean, I guess Levi.
Give me a. This has been a little bit. Give me a little check for some driving. Give me some. Give me some survival.
Me.
No, you can give me vehicle card because you're proficient in that actually.
Yeah.
Mhm.
14.
You can use lay on hands and tack look. From Levi's examination of tack look, they didn't seem injured. They seemed more like they are malnourished and in a bad position, so necessarily to heal like damage isn't necessary, but if you want to try and just dump some lay on hands energy in and seeing if it can help Tackluck, then feel free to tell me how much lay on hands you want to put in, and then give me a religion check. You want to dump 30 in? Okay, cool. Give me a religion check then. Cool. I'll say the lay of hands, there isn't any damage, like injuries to heal necessarily. Like they aren't missing hit points, but they do have. You do manage to fix some of what seems to be like where their skin is kind of sore and worn from laying a lot on hard stone. You can see a little bit of vitality returning to them. It probably helped a little. Not that much. I would say at this point, especially with the lay on hands put in, Gunther probably is now in a similar position where, like, yeah, we've done everything we can magically here. At this point, look, they just need rest and time to recover. You can also give me a medicine check. You don't get like a lot of knowledge out of like re-examining Backlook, and with Levi currently driving, you're like the main medicine knowledge person who's there. Feel free to reload. But they are Tacklook is definitely looking better than what they did before. They might. You would probably say that like a significant amount of the recovery they need to do right now would probably be like mental recovery. Their brain is probably more or less as exhausted as their body might have been previously. And that you'll just have to let them recoup. They've been without that crystal for a long time, and the way Sorath talked about that, even though Sorath hasn't gone into a lot of details, Sorath doesn't a lot of the time share detailed information about private things. But you can figure with what Sorath said and also just seeing Taklook's reaction is Taklook seems very dependent on this crystal. So they've probably been going through like withdrawal issues from not being in proximity to it. Yes, you guys can definitely like make sure Taklook can have a little bit of water. Gunther's probably experienced enough with that they do know how to get water to someone who isn't fully conscious. So you gently put a little bit in, try not to overwhelm them, make them naturally swallow it. So you do get a little bit of water into their system as well. You think you could probably try and wake Taklook up right now to maybe get them to eat something, but they seem stable and not in any immediate danger. So it's up to you whether or not you want to try and wake them up and have them eat something, or if you'll just let them sleep until you get to where you need to get to.
Humping their chest. What?
So, y'all do your journey to find Le Boeuf Poisson.
Yeah, I'm gonna armor up while Levi's driving.
Yeah, getting on your equipment in case trouble happens makes sense. Shifting our focus over to the other group then, of Sorath, Crystal, and Target and Flinken being there too. Y'all are in the basement areas before the oubliette. And Anselm is there, though he's roaming. Emrys has not shown up, and the entire place is dark. Because no more magical lights. Are any of you going to have anything you immediately want to do, or should I, like, continue with what happens in the environment?
I don't think Crystal would have anything.
Mm-hmm. In that case, as y'all are just kind of there in the chaos that's happening, torches will be lit to light up the area. Some attendants have been following Anselm with torches. Anselm will eventually notice that the four of you are there as well. And ask the group, though there is definitely a sense that they're mainly more directly addressing Zorath, and they'll calm a little once they're interacting with y'all, compared to when they were just roaming about. And Anselm will go, "Is that look okay? Where are they?" Floor is open for anyone to answer.
I have an idea. I'm saying this out of character. I have an idea, but I need to read a spell first.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've never used it before in game, so I have to read it.
I will also take this time. I will roll a thing for. Anselm is overwhelmed in this moment, but I will see if they like react in any way to Target being there, because who the fuck is that?
Crystal will probably give a response to be like, they are in a better place than they were before.
Give me a persuasion check to see if that has a calming effect.
No, that's not one.
Well, I think you should have made him angrier. I'll be honest.
Because I will just point out that they asked, is Tack okay? And you essentially went, they're in a better place now.
Yeah, he made it just so that he's dead.
Yeah. At which point, Anselm is definitely going to look immediately extremely panicked. Sorath, give me a persuasion check with advantage.
How does it
Thank
feel?
you, Mom.
One person said they're dead.
Okay. Sorath manages to calm Anselm back down after Crystal pulls the dice nat 1 and also the dialogue choice nat 1.
I'm gonna smoke a blunt. I think I need that.
Are you smoking just catnip, or are you smoking something else along with it?
Catnip will do.
Okay.
You go to light it, and I light it for you with Druidcraft.
Yo.
I go, oh, allow me. Okay.
With Sorath calming down Anselm, who... Anselm doesn't have a particularly strong opinion either way of Levi, but if there's anything you like, and people are a little distrustful of priests of Gond because priests of Gond are kind of inherently distrustful, but at least you can trust them to take care of someone. They are good medics and healers. So Anselm calms with that, and the panic kind of subsides and is replaced by renewed anger as Anselm realizes they were kept away from their crystal, with Anselm being the other person who very much knows the details of why Takluk needs to be with her crystal.
I think, unless you were going to say something,
No, go for it.
I think at this point, Target would ask anyone who's available to talk right now that is there. Do any of the 3 members that we are separated from, do they have a way to communicate with us from afar?
Levi has
Yes.
sending.
Okay. Do any of us have a way to contact Levi? Because I do, but it's a little unreliable.
I do not.
Okay, I got this then. I'm gonna cast Animal Messenger.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna, by means of the spell, you use an animal to deliver a message. Choose a tiny beast you can see within range. Oh fuck! This is what a sunlight deprived squirrel or bird do we have?
Let me just.
Or like probably maybe like a bat, like because it's nighttime.
Crystal
probably
does
isn't
have
always
a,
here.
It's nighttime. It's nighttime.
a familiar.
I
don't
don't
know
know
how
if
far
it is
they
a
can
beast. I
go.
believe it's a face spirit. However, let me just double check something.
Because I guess that they would have to know where they are.
I can't wait. We're about to eat some free squirrel. Come straight to our footsteps.
A squirrel runs along and Gin's like, "Oh, great, a squirrel! Now we can feed that to Takluk. They'll recover so much more quickly." Axe. Let me see.
This is so funny. I wonder why my squirrel did return.
I do believe, yes, insects count as beasts in D&D.
Oh, yeah. So then I just pull out one of my Hercules beetles that I would have, or rhinoceros
Yeah.
beetles, whatever.
Target opens like a little
feeling.
latch on their diving suit and just bugs crawl out.
Well, just one.
Just one.
And I cast this spell, so I wave my staff. I say some words, and I specify. I do have to specify a location, and I have to describe the people generally. For this spell to work, so I, describe the 3 stealthy boys. And I don't know how specific. The manor's pretty big.
So
They're not in the manor.
So according to the message that they sent to Sora, they were leaving, and the only path down here is the zigzaggy road down the cliff. So you know that's the location, probably.
The duration is 24 hours, and it doesn't specify a range. Oh, it says it says 30 feet, but that just means
the creature has 24 hours to get there
to deliver the message.
There's no range limiter on this.
Yeah. So,
so you have 25 words.
Yeah. So, and what did they say with the message to Sorath?
They found Takluk. They have the crystal, and they're gonna get out of here.
Okay.
which you guys know who. So you guys know who is leaving. You know where they're going because they only have really one option, unless
Yeah.
they've decided to go to the keep, in which case they're idiots. So you assume it's not that,
Okay.
Alright,
Because
we're going
the-
to the keep, guys.
because the keep is a dead end, and if you go there, you die. So that would probably be a bad place to take a patient that you need to escape with.
Okay. Okay. I'm just trying to think of what's important to tell
And
them.
Sorath did, I believe Sorath did answer back, being like, "Okay, got your message. We're staying here to essentially have a conversation."
Okay. So maybe I don't even need to do this.
Well, if y'all want to inform Levi, Gin, and Gunther of anything, y'all can do that now. Does the party have anything
Yeah, do we have
they want to say?
Um
I don't think so.
If not, if you
I
are,
don't know.
if you
I do
are,
something, but I don't know if it's metagamey.
well, if you have, I mean, would your character want to inform them of anything? Like,
I just like no, nothing he wouldn't know, which is he wouldn't know that they didn't grab everyone's stuff, so he wouldn't. That's the only thing I thought of,
Okay.
but he wouldn't know
if
that.
if Target has voice deep option of being able to contact them, then, but the party doesn't have anything they immediately want to say, there is someone in this room who would very much like to contact them, and that is Ansel.
Okay. Yeah, I would think he would say that, like,
Yeah.
hey, because I don't know. I think he would just throw that out there.
Yeah.
So, yo, Ansem, what do you? Well, he wouldn't say that. He'd be
Anselm
like,
would,
what would you like to
once
say?
you voice that, Anselm would immediately realize, oh, I have the opportunity to contact them. I need to say something, because obviously Anselm definitely feels like he's fucked up severely in this situation, because, yes, he has. Takluk has been in his basement for at least 2 weeks, and he didn't know about it. So, that's not great.
So, I'm just gonna say, I think that I would. The spell says I have to say the words, but I don't think it's.
I'll allow you to
Yeah,
let someone
but-
else do that, as
Yeah,
long as
I
you're
just
like,
hold up-
you're the one casting the spell, but I'll allow someone else to say it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold up the beetle to him and cast a spell and be like, "All right, this is your message. You got 25 words. Think carefully."
Alright, that's 10 words right there.
You got 15 words. 9,
Oh, shit.
8, 7.
Keep going down. That'd be such a fucked up spell.
Anselm will say, take care of Takluk. Defend them with your lives. I, Anselm Soundwatcher, hereby officially place you all under the protection of the Veerless royal family.
That's exactly 25 words.
Exactly 25. He's done this before.
Oh, wow. That's
Damn.
Traveled as an adventure in the past. 25 word limits. You'll get used to them eventually. Also, he is, and in all extents, his job now as a politician, at least you would hope he would be good at saying words. It's the least you could expect from someone like that. So, the Hercules beetle takes off. They can fly, right?
Yes.
Cool. It flies. It will not get there pretty quick then. If it couldn't,
Can't
it
wait
would
to
take a
work on
while.
just a-
Yeah, if it couldn't fly, it would take way too long if it could fly.
I love that idea of like, okay, off you go, and it just starts like crawling on the ground.
Crawling.
It'll get
It's
there
like-
within the 24 hours because they will eventually get to their stopping point, and it will get there a couple of hours after. It'll get there pretty quick because they have to zigzag in down the mountainside, whereas this thing can just fly in a straight line. So I'll say within like 2 or 3 minutes, they will get that message.
Okay.
Hey guys, why is Bugs talking to us? Should we kill it?
So, for the people in the carriage, the beetle will fly down, see the carriage, fly over, scan over, see people who fit the descriptions, and land probably safely a little bit in the middle of the wagon. This big beetle that definitely does not belong here. Gin can tell 100% for certain this shit does not match anything that would be able to live here, because you've already been so disappointed by the limited amount of creatures that live here that you know something that doesn't fit in, because it's too cool to be from here.
I do the raise eyebrow up look. So.
And then the beetle speaks, repeating the message Anselm just said to you. So, protect,
Does it work
attack
like
luck
sending? Can we
with
send
their
something
lives.
back?
No.
No. It's not. It's only a second level spell, so no.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Alright.
So, protect, attack luck with your lives.
Speaking of, let me.
And you guys are now officially under the protection of the Veerless royal family. A privilege that Anselm technically can extend, as they are still a member of House Soundwatcher.
But do we even get anything from that right now? It's only him right here.
Well, it essentially means that if the authorities here try to interfere with you, Anselm being able to say, I have placed them under my protection, they were attacked, can then go to the Veer. If Pleasant Valley ever leaves this realm it's trapped in, they're at war.
That's
It-
Levi
fucking
was
wild.
just. Oh, okay.
So essentially, this is Anselm has just given you guys the police can't fuck with you. Like you currently have protection from pig cast on you.
Get pissed on pigs.
I'll send the message back to Sorasa. We plan on going to. Oh, what was?
Le
pardon?
boeuf
Beef.
croissant.
Beef
The
in.
Puff Croissant. In that Target stayed at. We'll be there. We grabbed our stuff, but we left your guys' stuff.
So Sorath has the ability to respond back if they want to, or they can just be like, cool. Or just not respond at all. But communication has happened back and forth. So, yeah. Oh, nice. We have a plan, guys.
No, I have my fly squatter, and we.
Shell, what happens to the bug once it has sent its message?
It comes back to where I cast the spell.
Okay.
That's what I read. Let me double check. Beast Travels Federation, covering. It delivers your message, replicating the sound of your voice. The messenger speaks only to the creature matching description. If the messenger doesn't reach its destination before the spell ends, the messenger is lost. The message is lost, and the beast makes its way back to where you cast the spell. So
The message
it doesn't
has been
specify-
delivered.
Yes, it doesn't specify what happens on delivery, so I imagine it just would come back to me.
Okay.
Considering it's mine.
The bug would probably try to fly off. If you want, you can try and make the bug stay. If you want to hang on to the bug. If so, make, I guess, an animal handling check. But the bug will, like, after saying the message, will, like, pop out its wings again and begin flapping to get back to its home, which is in Target's pants.
Why did you say it like that?
So the bug will
Technically,
make its
Gunther would
way
never
back.
know that was in his pants.
The bug will begin to make its way. Anselm will now be calmer, having been able to do something, probably feeling calmer because they feel like they've been able to affect something, which does calm them down
Yeah.
significantly. And then Anselm will do a little bit of the same that Sorath was doing previously, of like looking around the staff that are around here, especially the Emrys staff that are being a little more defensive, and will begin a pretty intense line of questioning of trying to like drag as much information out of them as possible. Probably scaring the shit out of some of them, because he is using his sword creatively in the process. Not to
Nice.
hurt anyone, but to threaten someone. And will not get much more info than anything. More just confirming what Sorath figured, that these people have just been told, keep this under wraps, but they don't know anything beyond that. But it is confirmed, at least, that Emrys was the one who threw Takluk in the oubliette, or had Takluk thrown in the oubliette, and that they were just told to stay quiet about the fact that Takluk had showed up at all. And I am going to let Anselm roll to... Oh, that's really good. I'll say that Emrys just said to put Takluk in the oubliette and just to take their stuff so they couldn't do some fuckery. Because Takluk does no magic, and you want to take more or less everything a mage has away from them if you want to try and keep them contained in any capacity. I'll say that Takluk will... No, that Anselm will be able to get additionally out of things that Emrys didn't seem to care what happened to the stuff. And that they were essentially just told to, like, store Takluk's belongings in a safe location. So this seems like the staff that were involved in this were not aware that the crystal wasn't with that. So that is additional knowledge. They placed the crystal in essentially secure storage in the basement for later on. Also, thank you for care package, Jewel. I will stop sitting like I am a crustacean and have some water.
Like L from Death Note.
Gulp,
Yes.
gulp, gulp.
Okay, I now understand that you meant crustacean like shrimp and not a crab. I thought you
Yeah.
were sitting like a crab, like you were sitting on your feet, and like I just imagined your arms like above your head, and like you're a crab.
You've seen me on camera. That is how I sit. I'm always crabbing. But yeah.
Grab.
After a little bit, eventually, some staff will inform Thorath. At this point, it seems like the staff are way more comfortable talking to Sorath because they're kind of spooked of Anselm at this point. They were really scared of Sorath when Sorath was screaming previously. But now they're scared of Anselm, so Sorath is suddenly like, oh shit, well, someone more unhinged has arrived. Let's default to Sorath here because they seem at least to have some control over themselves. Sorath is less likely to try to stab me in this moment. They will inform Sorath that Emrys will talk, but they are going to escort y'all to Emrys's Solar. Sorath would probably figure from knowing their mom that it's not a, like, power play. It's probably that Emrys wouldn't think going down and having a conversation in the basement to be particularly productive. More of a, well, the Solar is a better place to have a discussion, so let's have it there thing. Disrespectful, but not necessarily intentionally, so. Y'all can follow along with that, or do something else, or insist on another alternative, or whatever y'all feel like y'all do.
Can you say that again?
Emrys has said, Emrys has sent an attendant essentially to be like, Emrys is in their Solar, and it would be best to talk there. And Sorath figures that it's not a power play or anything. It's probably just Emrys not thinking of the basement as a place to have official discussions. So disrespectful, but not intentionally so.
And Sorath will just go for this Solar.
Okay. Anselm will tag along. Flankin's gonna tag along, and up to Crystal or Target if they also tag along, or if they go somewhere else, do something else.
They can pack up their
Crystal.
stuff. Whatever.
Yeah, Crystal is very open-minded. If you want her to go gather the stuff, she can do.
Yeah, it's up to Target whether or not they want to join the discussion between the royal family known for cursed magic and killing people at a possible yelling match in between them. So,
Oh yeah, the stuff's really important, guys. I think I should go do that.
Yeah, come with me.
Oh,
Oh.
okay, let's go.
Target and Crystal are gonna go and pack up everyone else's stuff. Sorath, Anselm, and Sorath's manager, who of course has to follow, go to Emrys's Solar. On the way up there, Anselm will scout around the first time at like first notice of God, my brain keeps short-circuiting on her name. What the fuck is her name?
Ambessa?
No. Also, it's not Ambessa. That's a league champion. It's not Ambrosia I'm talking about. Let me see. The Ambrosia's headmate. Who was... What the fuck was her name again? Heidi. First spotting Heidi, who is always lurking around, observing, keeping an eye on anything, and making sure every little bit of thing that happens returns back to Ambrosia. We'll see her briefly break away from the group heading to Emrys's lair. So if Sorath and Flinkin walk directly there, Anselm will probably be like a little behind y'all. And Anselm will walk up to Heidi. Heidi will very like sweetly, innocently be like, how can I help you today, my lord? And be cut off as Anselm just grabs them by like the collar, pushes them into the wall, and
Sorath is gonna intervene and just like
they don't seem to be hurting
Oh.
them, more just
she
asserting
doesn't care.
severe power. You'll probably hear as you're walking up, because he'll have time to say something, but he'll say to Heidi, Ambrosia joins us in Emrys Solar. Make sure of it. And is still kind of pushing Heidi into the wall. She looks genuinely frightened, which I'm not sure if Sorath has seen before.
I think Sorath is gonna like try to pull her dad off of her.
Takes like a little bit, but you manage to pull Anselm off of Heidi.
She'll like put her hands on his shoulders and just like look at him. Just being aggressive is not going to solve anything or make anything happen faster. They are not the ones that did this. Save this anger for the ones that deserve it.
Anselm will breathe and just go, you are right. And begin moving towards the Solar again. Heidi will be left behind, a
I'd
little
say
bewildered.
Sorath would like look at Heidi and like just be like, "Are you alright?"
Of course, no harm done, sweetheart. And she'll begin like shuffling off towards Ambrosia's chambers.
And Sorath will continue to go to the Solar.
Arriving at the Solar, Emrys is sitting behind her desk. It's not working on anything, so at least she's allowing this to take precedence in the moment. And you can tell immediately that upon entering into the room, Anselm is like about to like yell something and kind of catches himself on the breath. Your present in the words just earlier kind of lets him calm a little, and he defers to you. It is technically your meeting after all. Emrys will get up from behind her desk to join you a little more neutrally. She will gesture towards a seating area. It's like, do we want to sit?
Sorath will sit down because she is gonna try to do whatever she can at the moment to get Anselm to be more level-headed. And herself. She's still kind of spinning, but like She knows that just screaming at her mom's not gonna get anything out of her.
Yeah.
The like diplomatic lessons she got from her mom are like actually setting in for once.
Yeah. A lot of you can say a lot of bad things about Emrys, but this is the exact situation that Emrys did train Sorath quite well for. So, at least Sorath knows how to handle situations like these.
Yeah.
Sorath sits,
So-
Emrys sits, Anselm sits a little hesitantly, but follows your lead.
Um, I know that neither of us care for any pleasantries or talk that is not based on the point at hand and the matter at hand. So I will get into what I need to ask, which is how long has the mana been run off of the magic Teklook has?
Give me an insight check.
$18.
You watch Emrys in her. She's clearly bothered by everything that's going on. But she's kind of her normal, kind of natural stone faced, calm expression.
Mhm.
And you see that moment when someone has like been like, okay, this is gonna be a discussion, it's gonna be difficult, I'm gonna mentally prepare for it, and they prepare for it. And then the first thing that someone asks is nowhere near within what they would assume. As Emrys just kind of immediately shakes her head a little like, what? I do not follow.
Teklook had been separated from the crystal. When the Debaya rock ceased its function, how long did the mana go without power?
Spire ceased function, and when we believe the situation with the valley happened, the manor was without magical fuel for only a couple of hours. I did have alternatives set up short term, however, and I was looking into alternatives for a more long-term solution, but and you can see her kind of like starting to piece things together.
And when did the problem solve itself, it may seem?
And Emrys gets up and goes, I'm sorry, I need to bring your grandmother in here. And Anselm goes,
Laza spoke to Heidi already.
Emrys still seems to like have a moment of like, I want to make sure that it gets done. Looks over at Anselm, and there's like a quick moment of Anselm essentially offering her a look of like, I've got that under control, and Emrys just being like, okay, if you say so, I'll trust that. And Sits down. I am sorry, this might be a little complicated to explain and go through. First, and she looks towards Anselm, kind of ignoring Sorath a little, and as they said, I am sorry for this. You can see her brain just fail fully in putting words together for a while. And weirdly enough, Anselm just immediately becomes way calmer and seems much less upset. Kind of just holds his hand out very subtly, just kind of like a give her time. Before Emrys eventually manages to piece together what she was trying to say, which is, I apologize. I made a bad judgment and acted on emotions. Ansem kind of nods. Almost immediately, like, before anyone has any time to say anything else, because please understand, they were the only thing that made sense as to who could have assisted Surat with vanishing like that, and I was furious, and so I learned they were here. I intercepted them in Kimper, had them brought to the manor. I questioned them, and they did not budge. And I got more upset than I think I realize now. I got more upset than I thought I perhaps was capable of. And I didn't want... I felt the need for them to be punished, but I didn't want for it to... She stops again, trying to put together words again. I was afraid it would cause trouble for me or us. I hid them away. They have been without the crystal? Was that part of their belongings? If so, they have been without it since they arrived. Is that a bad thing?
Yes. They are barely alive.
Swerth has never seen Emrys visually racked by guilt. Apparently, whatever her kind of strained and... It's like she's an expression that's trying to pull herself physically into herself. She's like almost shrinking in her chair. Apparently this is what it looks like. I did not know that. I am so sorry. It was.
Whether you knew that or not, I am my own person. That is something that I've always known. And I wanted more for myself. That is what I learned in Gimpa. I wanted more than to glow in the shadow of the matriarch. Our matriarch.
Give me a charisma check with advantage.
Double natural 1.
Shut up. 18.
Also a first for Sorath. Emrys will begin to cry. Not very, audibly, it's just tears, kind of slowly beginning to run. Anselm will interject with. Sorath asked about the Manor's magic. Nemris being brought a little back onto, almost like being brought back on the task of figuring out and answering questions stabilizes her a little the moment. Goes, Mother took care of it. Probably a couple of days after I put Takluk there. I didn't think much further of it. At which point Sorath will hear the noise of Ansem hand ending up on their rapier. Again.
Sorath will just glare at him.
Given the previous things, you probably don't have to roll. Ansem will immediately gather himself. Kind of very quietly mutter, I'm sorry. And let their hand go and place it very, awkwardly on their leg next to it. As if they're ready to draw it whenever. But their hand isn't on it anymore.
Oh my god. Okay.
We're about to have a family fight!
And Sorath just kind of looks at the both of them. It's just like, do either of you talk about anything that happens in Samana to each other?
Give me a persuasion check. With advantage. You are... You have them at an advantage.
22.
Both of them immediately just kind of avoid eye contact and look embarrassed.
Got it. Why did you lie when I asked about Takluk? You knew they were here. And I had returned. So what was the point of punishing them for longer?
No.
What do you know?
When you mentioned it, it was the first I had thought about it since, and I didn't know what to do about any of that. I'm sorry. At which point, the door to the cellar opens, and an attendant steps in and begins announcing Princess Regent Ambrose, and then their voice just stops, and Emrys just lifts her hand, and the attendant just slides back out of the room. And Ambrosia enters afterwards and just slams the door behind them. I don't think the attendant was hurt in any way, but they were just like shoved out of the room. Ansem turns to stare at Ambrosia, who seems very upset right now, but also Thora, from looking at her, it seems petty. She looks inconvenienced more than anything. Figure, if anything, Ambrosia probably is upset that someone turned the lights off. Like, probably isn't very deep for her at this point. And goes, I see we have gathered. And moves to have a seat.
Sorath will let her sit down.
She'll like look around the group. Give me an insight check for Sorath.
And I was like, Sorath just has a flat expression on her face. 18.
You can clearly tell that Ambrosia... There's been probably an attempt to give Ambrosia whatever information could be given in this brief moment of time, but Ambrosia doesn't feel like she has a full beat on the situation right now. So that's definitely on her mind. She doesn't feel in control right now fully. And she's also very clearly aware that everyone in this room is upset with her right now. And you can see like a moment of like just a calculated move as she moves to grab a chair. She moves it in between Sorath and Anselm and sits there, positioning herself as far away from Emrys as possible. Because of how she's sitting, she'd probably also be sitting at Anselm's sword hand. So she's at least figured that it's safer to sit in between the sword people, in the line between their swords, than to be anywhere close to her daughter right now. So, in some way, there is some degree of anticipation in Ambrosia's mind that Emrys might do something dangerous. But she doesn't seem necessarily worried, just conscious of it.
Glance, Massa.
Yes.
Mother informed me that there was an issue with the fuel for the magic of the manor, and that you were the one that took care of it. How did you take care of it?
There happened to be a powerful source of magic that had ended up in our inventory, and I seized the opportunity. What about it?
Yes, it did not belong to us. And I'm sure you knew who it belonged to.
Give me a charisma check.
19.
Ambrosia sitting there, clearly feeling somewhat condescended to by those words, and also realizing in that moment that Emrys and Anselm seem to be on Sorat's side here. Takes offense. Goes, I am a regent of this country. This is my house. The things stored in my basement are my property. So is the land the basement was dug into. So are the people that walk upon it. I do not need to concern myself with its previous owners, once it is in my hand.
You did not know, then.
Give me an insight check.
25.
Okay. In a rare moment of Sorath being able to, like, more clearly read Ambrosia more in detail, as fittingly Ambrosia fucking attitude.
Well,
You're pretty sure Ambrosia probably knew that
Yeah.
Taklik owned the crystal. However, from the way she reacts, she like kind of does a little stutter as she like half says a word and then stops and then thinks. She probably knew. She
Yeah.
clearly didn't care, and she realizes in this moment that she has fully forgotten who the crystal is owned by, where it came from.
Yeah.
Because she never cared. And
Mhm.
she realizes that you're essentially called her out on not being in the know about a piece of information that it seems everyone at the table is aware of. And she goes, of course I know. No one of import.
Ah.
if you disagree with using it to fuel the mansion, that is fine. There are surely alternatives.
Yes.
Given that
I'll-
my reading lights have suddenly vanished, I figure you have already taken efforts to rectify situations, so I do not see what all this concern is.
Grandma's I simply wanted to know. You taught me how important information can be.
Give me a persuasion check.
My dog's yelling at me. Hold on.
Doggy, roll dice.
Persuasion, and then I'm running.
Roll for flattery.
Roll for flattery.
While Salem is running for Doug, the flattery seems successful. Fun fact: this is a mechanic I can now reveal because it's been more actively used. I have in my notes for Ambrosia that she has disadvantage on any checks to resist flattery. Because she's a self-obsessed narcissist who loves flattery, loves people talking well about them. It is unironically one of her weaknesses to the degree that it's on her stat block.
That's funny.
Yeah. One of my favorite details in making her. Ambrosia qualms a little, goes, That is fair. Well, now you know. I do believe I might have business to attend to. So, Emrys, please figure out an alternative solution to this situation soon. And because Sorath might want to say something in response, I'll leave it there with that for a
Alright,
brief
gotcha.
moment.
Oh my god, grandmother! But he's so important to us!
Crystal and Target are running through all of the rooms, grabbing a bunch of stuff with you. Which would be when, as you guys are going through everything, Crystal would eventually get to Risyuk's room. Y'all haven't seen Risyuk in a little bit.
Risyuk? It's me, Crystal. I'm coming in.
You hear no response. The door
Try to
seems
open the door.
unlocked, so you can get in. And there is some of Risyuk's stuff there, but not all of it. Most of their, more daily used personal stuff is not in here, but more of their heavy-duty travel stuff has been left here.
Oh, that is,
The bed does not look like it's been slept in last night.
that is, Ajit?
Yes. Yes, I'm here.
Have you seen a purple dragonborn walking around?
You have not.
No, I can't say that I have.
That is, strange. There was we had a dragonborn with us. His name was I haven't been here for a bit, so I thought he would still be here, but
I think in this situation, Target would try to do like a survival check or something and just check the room.
Yeah. I would say if you're looking for more clues, I would say you can do an investigation check.
Okay,
Probably maybe more
investigation.
along the lines.
Yeah.
You're not
That makes
necessarily
sense.
tracking someone. More like
Okay.
looking for clues. Crystal can also do that if they want to.
Investigation.
I think
Let's
Crystal
say
will be
that.
hugging her tail and not being able to focus for a bit.
Very valid.
I don't know why, but on Chrome the die goes really slow.
Do
The
you have hardware acceleration on?
I probably have it off actually. Actually, no, I might have it on because I think turning it off breaks my Chrome.
Yeah. Well, the you look around the room with the 9. There's no sign of a struggle. It doesn't look abandoned. It looks like probably some items were moved based on what's here and what isn't. It more seems like someone relocated from this space to another space they were spending more time in. Crystal would see no of Ryuk's tools. Their clothes that they were wearing more casually are not here. But stuff like rope and torches and that more like travel gear that they wouldn't need in here is still here.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like there has been anyone in here stealing anything. Things don't look out of place. There are still valuables left in here. More
Really?
implies that Ryuk, you figure with the stuff left behind, they probably are still in the mansion somewhere. They aren't here. They haven't told anyone about that. So, sharing that information with Crystal essentially seems like Ryuk maybe has swapped to another room somewhere. Looking through the rest of the guest wing, doesn't seem like any of the other rooms have been used.
I don't understand. It's not like him to do move like this. It's more like a me thing to do, you know?
The last Crystal heard from Ryuk was Ryuk stayed behind the manor when everyone else was going out because Ryuk was going to have a conversation with Ambrosia. That seemingly the rest of the group, including Target, because Target was there for that, but Crystal wasn't. Once Target arrived at the mansion, according to staff, once the group asked, Ryuk was still talking to Ambrosia. So the group had time to go into town, order a bunch of magic items, custom order armor, go to the circus, have all of those things happen there, and then go back up. And they were still talking. Several hours. And it seems like Risyuk did not sleep in this bed last night and has moved most of their stuff out of here.
Maybe they're still talking?
And this is crystal still all over Rizwick gold. Dun dun dun.
Well, do we
It's-
have time to check?
Didn't seem like y'all were in like a rush. It was more just like, we're gonna talk with Emrys. Y'all just make sure we are packed and are ready to meet up with
Okay.
the others.
Okay, then yeah, I think if we know where to go, we could try to go check.
Okay.
We should probably. Should we finish getting everything first? Like, get it loaded up?
Oh. Yeah, sorry. I'm just thinking.
Oh, you're okay. I understand.
Y'all do have the ability to ask manor staff to take care of things for you, so if you guys have gather everything, you can ask them to take it out to a carriage and prepare carriages for travel. So you won't have to carry everything. So that can be taken care of without y'all needing to do it. Y'all just want to free yourself up to be able to go look immediately.
Yeah, I think Chris would want to look as soon as possible.
Okay, yeah, then we do that.
You go around, start looking. Where do you want to look? Or are you gonna ask around? Or...
She's probably gonna ask around. She'll find one of the closest staff members first and ask.
Ask someone who doesn't immediately know the answer, but is able to grab some other staff until someone knows. And according to them, Arisyuk requested some of their belongings be moved to the 3rd floor.
The 3rd floor?
They explained that it's
Who's on-
where 3rd floor to one of the rooms where that's designated staff stay. It's where, for example, Hyacinth has their quarters. It's a space where people employed very directly by the Belroses have rooms and spaces to do their work. Usually specialists of different kinds. Possible that it's a workspace?
Well, let's go up and check on him on the 3rd floor.
Okay, yeah, let's go.
Get up to the 3rd floor. Probably like carrying a torch with y'all for, or like a lamp with y'all for some light. Getting up there, it seems like there is some amount of magical light down this hallway, and you can see it's not as intense or all-encompassing as it was previously, but there is someone has done some work to maintain a little bit of the magic here. Doesn't take you guys too long to find a room where, after knocking, you guys will find Resyuk opens the door for Target's sake, because it's kind of funny. Resyuk is 7'2".
Mm-hmm.
So, just for your sake and also for the viewer's sake, this is a 7'2" and 2'8" person in the same frame. Crystal's kind of in the middle of them.
Puntable.
Resyuk will just go, Crystal, do you know what's happening with the house?
Crystal will, as soon as she sees Razuk, she'll let go of her tail and like relief will be in her. And she kind of like hugs herself in a way. She doesn't know whether or not to hug Razuk, and she just does like a shaky sigh, and she's like, we can discuss that in a bit. Why are you up here?
Resyuk hesitates for a little bit. Both of y'all can make an insight check if you want.
Insight.
Let's go. Being insightful. 25. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I'm definitely not gonna do better than that. Oh wait, I have a +5. I thought insight. I forgot I mixed up insight investigation. I'll do all right. We'll see. No.
Let's say for Crystal's 25, at least you notice immediately, okay, Target's not getting a lot out of this. Clearly.
Makes sense because I don't know.
You have no idea who this person is. They look
Mhm.
a little unsure in the situation. You're like, You look at this person and immediately conclude, something's going on. And get nothing more than that. Because, yeah, this is your literal first minute of interacting with this person. Crystal manages to pick up, and also is a little bit familiar with Resyuk. And Resyuk is... It reminds you of a little of when Resyuk told people about the rings, and they had this, like, kind of, I should have told you guys this earlier, like, but I didn't know how. Type of, like, apologetic vibe to them.
Razuk? Are you okay? What's wrong?
And to even though Lion said that they like my Resyuk, to save a little on time and detail, and also because I am not going to make Resyuk voice too much, because the best way to make a Resyuk voice is to strain your voice like fuck. And it hurts. Resyuk will explain that they had a long conversation with Ambrosia, who revealed a lot of information about I'll say around, like, pretty soon into it, Resyuk will request that Crystal and Resyuk talk in that room, and the target waits outside.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's because they're not all. I think we're revealed.
both of you at this point, Target not needing a lot of insight to figure, probably whatever was revealed is a little bit sensitive, and Risyuk probably trusts Crystal with that, or feels that Crystal needs to know, and has no fucking clue who Target is, and probably figures, okay, I probably shouldn't tell them.
Yeah, valid.
Yeah,
So
me.
Risyuk explains after the doors closed, starts over, explains they had a long conversation with Ambrosia, where Ambrosia revealed some stuff about Gideon that they know about Gideon, and that they brought that up to Risyuk because Ambrosia could sense Gideon. Within Risyuk. And Ambrosia essentially encouraged Risyuk to consider the fact that as they are, with Gideon still within them, they are a constant imminent threat to the party. And while Risyuk doesn't use these words exactly, Crystal would gather probably because he would struggle saying them. Risyuk can't justify staying around the party because that is likely to get you guys killed.
Crystal will listen to Risyuk's words. And then she starts hugging her tail again. Before she speaks up and she says, Why is your past still torturing you? Why is your past taking you away from us? I don't understand. You've been such a valuable friend to me, and I feel like it's more of a threat if I lose you.
Risyuk will take a moment. It's clear that they're also struggling with a lot of emotions surrounding it. We'll eventually say that they still want to be a friend to you and all the others. And that the best way to do that is to make sure that they don't cause any problems that can't be solved until they've got this situation figured out. That they aren't abandoning you guys or leaving forever or anything. Just that they've made the mistake of pushing into dangerous situations too many times. And for once, they want to think ahead and try to fix a problem before it hurts someone.
Crystal, she's gonna start crying. She can't keep it together anymore.
So it's gonna be a combination of emotional and awkward. Might as well hug Crystal, try and reassure them.
She is gonna hold on to Rezyuk and like wrap her tail around him, and like through sniffles, she'll start speaking. She'll be like, I never treated you as much as you deserve to be treated in the party. You always looked out for us, and for us to leave you without being able to look out for you, I feel so bad. I'm so sorry.
I still have Risyuk's character sheet. I'm gonna roll to see about Risyuk crying, because I can do that. There have been a surprising amount of wisdom saving throws about crying. I feel like
It's one of those sessions.
I feel like this should be disadvantage, because it only makes sense that Crystal is doing the opposite of helping Risyuk not get emotional, I feel. Okay. Risyuk doesn't like lose control of themselves or anything. They're gonna be crying. Lol. They'll just try to reassure that it's not forever. It's not like they're never gonna meet again. Just they have this thing to take care of. And they can't do that while traveling, and if they don't take care of it, it's going to be bad for you guys and for him.
Crystal will calm down a little bit at those words, and she'll ask, Is this where you will stay?
Risyuk will speak a little quieter, almost like whispering, and say, not for long. But there are some resources here that they will use for a bit while they have access to them. And
Sorry, go on.
that they are planning to go wherever they can best fix the situation they're in. And essentially kind of just sum up what they're saying with that they're done just playing into Gideon's hand. That man has pulled the strings on Isyuk's life since he was as young as he can remember. and he can't just ignore that. So until he can figure that out, that has to be his priority.
I'm such a fake friend. Did Brizzy come from Wencashed?
Risyuk came from like 3 different places. Born and raised in Debaya, then they lived in Emenya for a while, and then they've lived slightly more than half their life in Wencashed.
Okay, cool. Crystal will nod her head and then. Oh, wait. Is Risyuk allowed in Wencashed?
Not for a little while.
Okay.
But soon enough they will be allowed back in, because they were technically banished for a certain amount of months.
Okay.
But yeah.
I will try and keep you updated on things. I have I send out letters to my friends up in Beloved Grotto. I haven't done it in a while. I should do that actually. But I I write with this. I have this ink that is legible only during sunset. I plan to send out these letters to Wenkash under your name, so when you can go back, you can get updates from what we're doing. And that means that when you've worked things out, you can find us again. Does that work?
They'll nod and they'll pick up any letters there. They'll say that for now, they're going to try and get in touch with some different people in Pleasant Valley, see what they can do, and that once the situation here is solved and Pleasant Valley is open, they'll probably try to head to one of the libraries. One of the scholar libraries.
Crystal will nod her head and then give Rizyuk another hug. And under a very quiet whisper, she'll say, I hope that bastard gets out of your scales soon.
They'll hug and squeeze Crystal a little tighter. At which point, Risyuk will go like, what are the others doing? They have no idea what's going on.
Yes, the house. We found Tatalug. They were under the ground. They were away from the crystal and was in poor condition when we found them. But we are Levi and Yin and Gunther. They are looking after them, and I thought I went to go speak with her family about everything. It looks like we'll be heading out pretty soon. We've gotten a boat, and we'll probably be heading out soon.
Risyuk will process that, and then will start to gather some of their stuff and say that they were just gonna essentially take advantage of some stuff they had here, but that they wanted to get to Kimpur. So they'll tag along down there if that's where you're headed. Which you guys are. So, don't worry, I saw that in chat. Crystal will not be the last person to interact with Risyuk.
At least she didn't drug him. Like
For real. Right.
So, yeah. Eventually, Risyuk grabs their stuff from here. The stuff in their room grab too. And they will tag along.
Oh, Risyuk, I want you to meet Tajit. Their new.
Yeah, they emerge from the doors. Both of them, Target, both of them look like they've been crying profusely. But they seem better now. And then, yeah. Sorry, Mel, I think I interrupted.
No, you're all good. Crystal would introduce Tajit to Risyuk and vice versa.
So Target will be introduced to Risyuk, the artificer that was traveling with the party all the way until this house. And,
So they finish their conversation and come out of
yes.
the room. Okay, so you come out of the room and Target is like turning down the hallway like very far away. And gets a little closer and goes, "Oh, sorry, I was giving you some privacy."
Thank you. We are finished now. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have good ears, so I decided to go as far as away as I could.
But
this
go on.
this is strange. We're losing one party member and getting another. What a weird coincidence.
Hmm.
Wow.
What a coincidence.
It's almost
Wait.
like this reality exists within a game, and there was space for another player.
Yeah.
Uti, I don't know how long it's been like this, but the characters have been reordered on your Fugi.
Oh,
like,
hell
over-
yeah. No, this is your names now.
Yeah. Am I Crystal?
Gin, Gunther, and Levi. The Stealth Boys have changed names. They stealth so hard that they swapped names. This is just how life is now.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone is
Valid.
this far into the VOD, we'll just gaslight them. It's fine.
Okay, cool.
But yeah. So, Crystal, Target, and now Risyuk. Hey, let's go. Now, everyone but Target has some sort of wrong name. Let's go.
We just play Dosey Do with our names. It's fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is
some
what
point
true
people-
friends do.
People won't know whose each name is at some point.
Hmm.
Hey guys, y'all want a turkey sandwich?
You wanna?
But yeah,
I wanna kill that monster.
Target, Crystal, and Risyuk will finish up having all of the stuff gathered, put in a chariot. And yeah, Selena was back a bit ago. But
Okay.
you are still here. I wanted to check in if Sorath wanted to say anything more in the meeting situation while Ambrosia was there. Ambrosia, where we left off, essentially went like, well, the crystal is back where you guys believe it belongs. So, no harm, no foul. Emrys, go figure out the magic situation now that y'all clearly are unhappy with my solution. I'll go deal with something else. Was more or less it.
I think I had something to say, but I forgot.
That's very valid. If you
It only took like a couple minutes to take him out, but it wasn't. Yeah, it's okay.
yeah. If
No,
you
it's okay.
if you think of
Mm.
anything, just say it. But
No, it's fine.
okay. So Rocha will leave, and Anselm and Emrys and Sorath are left in the room. And Anselm will ask Sorath what the group is gonna do now.
Uh,
It's up to you how much you say. Anselm will nod and ask where, like, if you guys are gonna bring Takluk with you all the way there, or if they're gonna be somewhere else. Anselm does not want Takluk to stay here, understandably. Anselm will request if they perhaps can tag along for first bit, at least to Kimper. As he doesn't think being in Kursumft is going to be any helpful right now. They would rather be able to look after their friend. So that whenever y'all have to do anything where perhaps you can't watch over Takluk the entire time, at least Anselm can be there. Anselm agrees with that. In that case, Anselm will make plans to travel to Kimper. Probably not with the same ship that you guys travel with. They'll probably arrive in Kimper a little after you guys, as they have more stuff they need to, like, arrange to move there. Amherst will kind of agree with this line of action, kind of agreeing that perhaps it's best if Anselm can just take care of Takluk and there is less elements happening in Kursumft whatsoever. So yeah. Unless there's anything else that Sorath would want to say, or that you have anything immediately you want to say in this, like, conversation here and now, then Sorath will, no worries at all. Sorath will actually meet up with Sorath and no, Jesus, I just looked at my stream and the names immediately fucked me up with Crystal, Target, and Visiuk. And they'll be able to get into a carriage and travel and meet up with the rest of the group. At which point the group can share any information between them and essentially everyone now knows everything. Everyone can be caught up on stuff. And yeah, that essentially more or less deals with the stuff that is left over after last session.
Yeah, I'll order like 50 meat.
So, having some food there. If there's anything anyone wants to like do in this like immediate moment, they can. I will say I'm probably not going to run this session for that much longer. Like I said, it would be a shorter session today.
I mean, can I cast Dream on Taclook now?
Sure.
Dream spell.
So, you cast Dream. You decide what dream you shape around them to appear into.
I show him his shop in Ortis Halls.
Okay, you make a dreamlike representation of their shop in Souls. And yeah, you are then able just to have a conversation with Taclook. Taclook seems a lot you can with the spyglass if you want to. You can have Gunther and Levi up in there. It's up to you though, Joe. Okay. Then Taclook seems like they're doing a lot better when in the dream. They kind of just go like, "Oh my god, Levi, I haven't seen you in ages."
Hey, Taclook. Sorry for having to come inside your dream. We found you in the Pleasant Valley.
My brain kind of takes a little bit to process that. Okay, I'm in a dream. True, those things happened. I went.
And
We
did get your crystal back.
That's good.
All your in. Did we grab the rest of the stuff, or just the crystal?
You didn't grab the rest of all of the stuff, but I would imagine that since Sorath and Flinken learned about Taclook's stuff being there, they'll probably bring that along with, so that all of Taclook's stuff is brought along. That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. We grabbed your crystal. We'll probably get the rest of the group will get your stuff. We planned on bringing you to, taking you with us on a boat ride to, we're going past Kemper to, where are we going?
Bouchant. It's
Bouchant.
not. Y'all haven't fully decided if you're bringing them all the way up to Bouchant yet, but you're at least taking them to Kimper.
Well, we're gonna be passing by Kemper if you want to stop by there, and we could like drop you and bring you somewhere there if you want to stay there. But we're going to Bouchant to try to fix the Pleasant Valley being in a different dimension.
They'll kind of go like, "Oh, that's what's going on." Oh, okay. How am I like doing out there? Am I like fine?
Since we just reconnected you with your crystal, you're looking a lot better. It just seems like you're going to need a lot of rest.
Okay. I'll make a decision on like where I'll stay probably when I like wake up, so I can see what like, you know.
Can I ask you some questions? I just wanted to know what happened when you got here.
Oh yeah, no, I like arrived in kind of like out in the middle of the woods. It was a little confusing, but like I got to a river, managed to book some passage, and I got to Kimper and stuff. And when I got there were people from the royal family waiting for me, and I was like, okay, sure, I'm not gonna fuck with that. So they went along. I got to a manor. They were being kind of secretive. It was kind of very early in the morning, and I was just like, I think I probably got like knocked unconscious at some point, and then I just woke up in a hole. And like that was kind of it. And it was kind of chill for a little bit. I think like it was hard to tell time down there, but like maybe the first 2-3 days weren't too bad, and then it started like getting really bad. And I'm guessing they like moved the crystal further away or something. And yeah, then it started kind of getting bad, and I don't remember that much after that. No.
Yeah, we found your crystal being used to power the mansion.
Oh, those fuckers, that's rude. Thing was mine. Okay. Well, you said I had it back, right?
Yeah, it's on you. It's right beside you.
Okay, that's good. Thanks. I like all you guys want. And that matters.
But yeah, I just wanted to let you know. Oh, yeah, I mean, one of the wildest thing we also had trouble with Sora family. Right when we entered, we got attacked by our grandfather.
That is bad. Don't fight that guy.
Yeah, and we found out that he's the one who's caused this to for this place to be in another dimension
That's a problem.
for some reason.
Okay, yeah, I see how that's an issue. Hey, I'll figure it out. You guys got this.
Yeah. Hope you have a sweet dreams. I just wanted to let you know ahead of time about what's going on, so you don't feel weirded out when you wake up.
Yeah, thanks. Don't worry. I'll get my beauty sleep. I'm like a professional at that shit. So, yeah.
Levi nods and then just disappears.
Okay. Teklik will continue dreaming what other else stuff they were dreaming before you showed up. But yeah. So, now, I'm guessing when the entire party is gathered together, Levi will share that with them as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'll know a little bit about that as well. And, yeah.
How y'all feel about fucking and fishing?
I don't know how I feel about fucking a fish. I honestly don't. I don't think I would like that.
Really? As a name for the ship?
Oh, name. Oh.
I feel like it encapsulates everything we like.
Sorry, since I'm starting to learn more and more about our two party members' weird fetish. I was thinking they started liking fish for some reason.
So, yeah. But yeah.
I don't think I want people to know that. I don't think I want people to have the wrong idea that we are fish fuckers.
Okay. There's one downside to the name. We could be fish fuckers. Or perceived as one.
Yeah, I'll feel up to it. We can have the group settle on a name before we end the session.
What
Or
about
we
the
can
people
we
at
can
Open
wait if we
Patrol?
want Brad to be here.
The pe-
That's up to y'all.
We could wait
yeah,
for
what about this? The people out Open Patrol boat.
Pussy conquerors. That sounds worse than mine.
No. I sort of like the people out Open Patrol boat
Hmm.
or poop boat.
Yeah. I think maybe
Yeah.
we wait. I want
Yeah.
to ask Brad about some insights as well. They
Alright.
couldn't be here. Yeah. Rest in peace,
Rip
Brad.
Rip bread.
Yeah. I think probably might end the session there. So that I think it's probably a pretty good spot to pick up, and I did want a little bit of a shorter session now, because I was a
You did a
lot.
lot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
You did
yeah.
argue with yourself a lot today.
Yeah. You RP'd with yourself. We were just there watching you RP with yourself.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
good job
wasn't,
RPing.
I wasn't RPing just with myself. I was RPing with y'all too, but also with myself for a bit too. Yeah, true. Yeah,
Wait. So also, you said the Mr. Arm is not gonna be finished until we come back.
yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
So yeah. Anyway, shorter session, but a lot got done.
Mm.
So yeah, do I check the stream over to Ner? I might do that. It's Ner's
Probably.
playing Mass Effect. Yeah, I'll do that. I see Tay in the chat, so that's appropriate. Reunite the group with Tay. Tay's unhinged. Yeah.
Thank you for the session.
Thank you
Thanks
for the
the
session.
Thank you.
Thank y'all for being there for the session.
I can't believe Target's gonna give us some free protein later. We're gonna eat all his bugs.
I can't believe I'm doing drugs with Taji later. I'm so looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don't get high with Target and listen to them when they say they have snacks.
Crunchy snacks.
Chris will look him one day. Just not
One
today.
day. One day.
I can't wait.
One day, Target will be removed from his suit and Crystal can lick him.
You already had some of mine, so what's the harm?
Yeah. I'll start this raid. Like usual, I have a raid smashes planned. If y'all want to write something, feel free to do so. But just send something neat to Ner once we arrive. And yeah. Session will be whenever the next Saturday that a bunch of people are available. So, I know
So we're going on another boat trip.
I know Mel's busy next Saturday, right?
Yeah, it'd
Yeah.
be Mama's Day.
Yeah. So we'll see. We have enough people to do a session then. Or if people are busy. Yeah, that works. If you want to unlock the emote, you can unlock emote with redeem, so you don't have to worry about subscribing. Yeah. Thank y'all for being part of the session. Thank people for watching the session. And I'll see people at some point soon.